good morning everybody and welcome to ShortSalePowerHour.com. It's Friday, we're fresh off our Las Vegas class, and I'm Fred, this is Kevin, we're Group 4610, and we're going to actually share a new process that we put into place within the last 90 days that we haven't told you guys about.
Yeah,
we're keeping it a secret to make sure that it worked.
Have we really not shared it at all?
I actually don't think we've shared it on this show. Maybe in person once or twice.
So here's the challenge that we've been faced with this year, and I'm sure you have as well, or maybe you know somebody who has been. But you know, we get a buyer to deposit non-refundable earnest money at time of contract, and we'd go and do our work with the lender and get a short sale approved, only to find out that the buyer just cancels after we get the approval.
Because they have an inspection period after approval, and so some of their cancellations are things like my car won't fit in the garage. That's a real life cancellation this year. The home is not in a good location anymore for us.
Yeah, because like the home actually physically moved.
It physically moved. Actually, that happened twice. There's different words on both of them. We're tired of those kind of cancellations.
That's the point. So we did the only thing that we thought we could do to combat that, and earlier this year we've started, along with our sellers of course, requesting and requiring that buyers of our listings actually complete an inspection at time of contract. So their 10-day inspection period starts at time of contract, not at time of short sale approval.
Yep.
And what we found is, hey, that's great. If they want to cancel in the first 10 days, nothing lost there. For us, that doesn't really hurt us. I would rather have it cancel in the first 10 days or find out that they want some crazy request or they need to reduce the purchase price because of certain repairs up front before I get into the nitty-gritty of negotiations.
Absolutely.
And it's been great for us so far.
And this is not, I mean, please understand, it's not like we created this idea. We know there's other agents out there, some of you may be doing this, but we never went this route, to be honest, because we felt like it may backfire on us. And so the reason we waited so long to share it with you guys is to say we've been doing this now 90 plus days, and I can confidently say at least 80 to 90% of every contract we've executed, the buyers agreed to do their inspections after contract acceptance, not after short sale approval.
We've made very few exceptions, and we decided yesterday that that's over with.
Yeah, I'm tired of the exceptions. They're just not working.
Yeah, the few times that we make exceptions, that person always turns out to be a bonehead and wants to do their own thing and cancel anyways, and so we're not putting up with it. Our clients deserve more, and a lot of people are going, well, yeah, but why would a buyer put up earnest money? Why? Or why would they spend money on an inspection? Why? Because they want the house. That's why. If they don't really want the house and they're not willing to invest a few $100, then don't waste my time by writing a freaking offer.
Well, that's the thing. You got to understand that the seller has committed to us. We're spending our free time, free, right?
Yeah.
We're spending our time up front with no promise of pay, and I get that the argument is that's not fair to the buyer. I get that. But then my argument back to you is, well, how is it fair to the seller that after we've received short sale approval, somebody can just use the inspection period to make up any reason? How's that fair? And for those of you that are reasonable, you'll say, well, it's really not fair. And you're right. So it's not fair to the buyer. It's not fair to the seller. Fair actually is not about contract negotiation.
No.
That contract negotiation is about what can you get people to agree and negotiate to. And when you're in a really hot market like Phoenix right now, we can do this.
Yeah, well, we're hired by the seller, and that's who we're going to represent.
Protect their interests.
Yeah, and so now again, we're not out to get the buyer. That's not the point. The point of this is to keep the transaction together. In fact, and this actually helps the buyer because, no offense, but most buyers, agents that the buyers are working with, and a lot of times, you guys, sometimes they're not even full-time in real estate. They're just doing this part-time, and they don't even understand how to keep the deal together. So we're actually helping the other side of this. So it may not look like it to some people. Some people go, well, I don't want to spend the money up front. But the reality is you're helping yourself. And the important part is we're protecting our seller, we're protecting the transaction and giving everybody the best chance to get the deal closed. Now, if you've got a different method and closed more short sales than me and kept more deals together than me, I'm willing to hear it. But I don't believe that there's a better method right now than to do this procedure.
Well, the last thing I want to say is this, and actually in a few cases it has benefited the buyer in a big way. And when I say that, I mean there was some extensive damage found we were not aware of, the seller was not aware of, and we went and lowered their purchase price in the first 10 days of contract acceptance. So that the bank negotiator never saw the lower price. They were still getting the file set up. We got to send over a lower offer and a lower HUD and everything and do that negotiation up front versus get a short sale approved at 200, then try to go back to the bank and tell them you need it lowered to 190 because there's damage. Not going to happen. Originate an offer at 200 and within 10 days drop it to 190 before the bank's ordered the BPO, before a negotiator's been assigned. You'll have no problems submitting a 190 offer and having that reviewed. So there's your way. It is fair to the buyer if you're looking for fair.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
I'm not really into fair, I'm into results.
Time to wrap it up. Come on back on Monday for our continuation of the 6 big lies as we dive into lie number 3. And that's all I got for today. You got anything else?
Let's wrap it.
1, 2, 3. Short sale power hour. Short sale power hour. Crushing it since 2008.